What's better than Chinese steamed buns? More Chinese steamed buns, of course. Today, we're doing my mom's recipe for Chinese steamed buns, also known as bao. So let's get started. So we're going to make the bao mix here for the steamed buns. So I have the, I'm using instant rice, instant yeast. So you can use the regular yeast, but I'm using the instant yeast, a lot faster. What about a tablespoon of instant rice yeast in, I got about a quarter cup of water here. So this is warm water, so you don't want the water to be too hot. You don't want it to be cold because you need to activate the yeast. Even though it's instant, you still need to activate it. So you can see it's getting activated now. For this recipe for barbecue pork bao or steamed buns, we have 4 cups of flour, 1.5 teaspoons of baking powder. We call it magic baking powder. 2 tablespoons of sugar, 1.25 cups of water. You can use milk as well. So I'm going to add the instant yeast with the water, so it's activated. So I'll put part of it in and just mix it up a bit. So just make sure everything's all pressed together. So I'll mix it by hand for about 10 minutes. So this will start to break down, and cover it for another hour. So the dough, just give it a good press. It's been about an hour. So just knead it for about 5 or 10 minutes if you like. And cover it for another hour, and we're ready to make some more bao. So here we have some Chinese sausage, which we cut up into small pieces. So this is about a dozen Chinese mushrooms, which we soaked for at least an hour, and then we chop into small pieces. So this is finely chopped carrots. So this is for color as well as for flavor. Here we have the chives, which we cut into small pieces. So this was one bunch of chives. Here we have 6 onions chopped into small pieces. I have lots of onions because I bought a 50-pound bag of onions for really cheap. So I'm going through recipes including onions. Here we have about a pound of ground pork, or you can add pork that has been chopped up into small pieces. Other ingredients you can add, you can have some chopped celery. So here's about half a cup of chopped celery. And here is 5 to 6 tablespoons of finely chopped ginger. So this is daikon radish that has been preserved. So it's salty, and it's got a nice flavor to it. So here we have 3 duck eggs. So these are raw duck eggs. You can buy them already cooked. So these ones you boil just like regular chicken eggs. And if you don't have any duck eggs, you can use chicken eggs. Okay. So duck eggs are boiling. We're going to stir fry the filling. So first put the pork into the pan. We're going to add the Chinese sausage. So now we put the ginger in. Put 1 teaspoon of salt. Add a teaspoon of brown sugar. Put a tablespoon or 2 of light soy sauce, which is the regular soy sauce. So now we're going to put the celery and the preserved daikon radish in. So these ones don't have to be cooked too well because we're using it as the filling. So when you steam the buns, the ingredients will continue to cook inside the bun. And then put in the diced Chinese mushrooms. So we're going to make 2 portions of steamed bun dough. And now we're going to put the onions in. And like I say, these ingredients don't have to be cooked really well because we're going to steam the ingredients inside the steamed bun. So we're just going to mix it up. Of course, we're going to add my favorite sauce, the oyster flavor sauce. So these ingredients like soy sauce and oyster flavor sauce you can order from my Chinese cooking guide on Amazon. So just check the description below on this video. You'll find different products that I use on my Chinese cooking videos. So here we have 2 tablespoons of cornstarch in about half a cup of water. So this way you get a bit of a sauce in the filling. So that's going to be a real nice filling. We're going to make about 3 dozen of these big steamed buns. If you like, just put a hole in the middle here in the filling. So this will help it cool off nicely. Usually for me, I like to cook it within 2 hours, 2.5 hours. So pretty nice. So it's nice and fluffy now. So this dough, I'm just going to give it one last knead. So you have this ball here. So I'm going to punch a hole in the middle here. Just going to stretch it out. So then I'm just going to tear it off and keep rolling it. And I like to work in quarters, so I'm going to cut it again in quarters. So each of these quarters will give you 3 bao for the larger ones, or 4 bao if you want to make it smaller ones. So that's 4 pieces right there. So it makes it easier to work with right now because you have 4 pieces. So the other pieces you can put it right on the plate here, and then just cover it with the paper towel so that way it doesn't dry out. So I find that really useful. So you have 3 pieces. That's 1, and that's 2 and 3. So what I do is just make it into a ball here, and then press it down. So just press the dough from the middle to the outside. So it should be thinner on the outside. The middle should be a little thicker because you're putting ingredients in there. So if it's too thin in the middle, the ingredients will leak through. So that's a big fluffy bun. That's a big fluffy bao. The last run turned out really well. So this turned out pretty good. The bao turned out real fluffy. Oh. So this is like the baos in Hoiping, according to Mom. Thanks for checking out my video. Please like and subscribe. Any comments are always welcome. Take care and stay safe.